What's up, YouTube? Okay, today I'm going to be attempting to remove all of my up pipe bolts from the exhaust manifold. And I jumped the gun a little bit. I wasn't going to make a video, but I pulled one out already. Didn't give me any hassle whatsoever. Of course, I've been soaking it for the past week with both PB Blaster and this Croyle, and I'm using an impact wrench to get it out. This is the Fuel by Milwaukee, and I'm using a high torque or high output rather, XC5 lithium M12 battery. In case you're interested in this tool, it's a 2564-20. Now, that one came out, first one came out with these. Now this one, I haven't touched yet. So we're gonna see how it works. And I like the impact because it really reduces the risk of snapping off a bolt. And that's all it took to get it off. I'm hoping that they all go as well as this one did. But you can see the bolt threads are not very wet. At least on that one. The first one, I did get some pretty decent penetration. Yeah, that's what she said. So anyway, it looks like it's gonna work out pretty good. I haven't lubed up the back of the turbo yet. I just got the heat shield off of it. And there's the heat shield. I got it off by cutting it in half because I want to reuse it. I didn't want to destroy it. So I cut it pretty much right down the center so I can reuse it. And there's another bracket that goes across the top that'll help tighten everything back up and hold it back together. GM should have made it like this to begin with a beveled piece of aluminum that goes up and over this one and bolted together right here with the center bolt hole. Should have gone the whole length. So once you take this bolt off, they're two separate pieces. But they chose to make it pretty much impossible to remove without getting at least some damage done to it. There's the top bracket I'm referring to. And once I got the cut, it came right off, no issues whatsoever. I thought this side would have been probably a little bit more of a job, but as you can see, my turbo block off plate completely fractured, and that's why I'm doing this. Initially I did it just by doing the EGR valve delete and the blocker plate. But the blocker plate came with only a retention for right here on top of the EGR base. That's where it was originally mounted, to these two holes here. They should have made this go all the way across to bolt here and here. And then it wouldn't have been vibrating all over the place and eventually fractured the steel bracket. So really my next step is to remove the turbo downpipe, get that out of the way. Once that's out of the way, I should be able to use my impact ratchet to get all the way up to the back of the turbo bolts, but I haven't lubricated any of that stuff yet. So this is going to be like a 5-day job. Well, just coming out every day 2-3 times a day and spraying some of that Croil on it to get it hopefully lubed up enough to where I'm going to have the same type of easiness that I had down below that I just showed you guys. So I'm just going to make this a really short video. But I do recommend doing this. You know, that way you'll have the heat shield. 99% of the people, though, they don't. They just rip it off. And I have a video showing how I did that. And this will be the replacement up pipe. And that's another thing, guys. Don't go cheap. Don't go cheap on these up pipes. This one is a PPE, part number 1161-210. They're really small. I mean, my tool is actually about the same size as this, so I shouldn't have any trouble at all getting to the bolts up top. But the EGR portion wise off from right here, comes up to about there. But it's got two bellows on the factory up pipe, one for the EGR valve and one down here. So definitely you want to replace the down pipe as well because of the crimping that's done to it from the factory. That it's got a lot of restriction and flow of air of the exhaust. So I mean, this is only 3 inches in circumference, and that's the part number for it, PPE, and it's 1700 500. Oh, seven. I'm sorry. It's 7,500. But it's very well made. All TIG welded. Stainless steel. You see, that's only 3 inches. And then they crimp it down, and then they attach it to a 4-inch exhaust pipe. So really doesn't make much difference how fat the exhaust pipe is if you got a crimp. So that one doesn't have any crimp whatsoever. The factory one does, so I'm expecting it to flow certainly better. I mean, it can't flow worse. So we're going to get that done. Going to get that off and start lubing the turbo up pipe bolts. Then I'll get my truck back. No rust on any of the injector bolts or nuts, or whatever you want to call them. If this truck was from back east, these would be all rusted. But they look pretty much the way they did when they came off the factory. But yeah, definitely you don't want to go cheap on the up pipe or down pipe. Go ahead and do it right from the get-go, and you'll never have to do this job again. Unless you live in the up in the snowy, cold area where they throw salt on the road. But anyway, I wanted to actually replace my exhaust manifolds as well. But unfortunately, I didn't have the extra cash. But they actually make a kit, PPE does, for the high flow exhaust manifolds and the 2 up pipes. And I believe it's only like $1,100. And you can actually get them ceramic coated, and I'm actually thinking that that's the price for the ceramic coated ones, which would be excellent to do because that'll definitely lower your exhaust gas temperatures substantially, and it's going to flow a lot better. So it's probably going to pick up some boost, possibly as much as 5 psi. But unfortunately, I didn't have the money. So now that new up pipe I got sitting right there, eventually when I do it, to replace the exhaust manifolds, I'm going to have to buy another passenger side right-hand up pipe. But cool thing is I won't have any trouble selling this on eBay when the time comes. But anyway, I'm going to conclude the video right there. That's about it. All I got to say on this. I'm going to get to work removing the up pipe. The up pipe, there's really nothing to it. You got this one bolt here, and I believe there's another one just like this up top. And pretty much it just comes out right through here. Although some people say that the transmission dipstick's in the way. You can see it right there. It really doesn't look like it's going to be much in the way, but it probably will be. So I'll have to move that out of the way. Yeah, because there's definitely, I don't think there's any way possible to get it out through the top. But right there, you can see the belt band that is holding it into place. And I'll show you what it looks like. I'll make another video after I get it off, so you can see just how restrictive that downpipe is. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it for this video. If you want to see the results, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I have a new video following this one. Anyway, Rick Steele Customs, appreciating you watching. Have a great one.